Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a while. So, I was planning to have this video out sooner. I was planning to finish recording it sooner, but that 2 week trip I had to take, in which I could not record, was a lot physically and mentally, and so I needed a little bit of a break after that. And then I had to go visit family, and so that kind of stretched out the time that I was supposed to be on break for a month, which was not ideal. But then I also had to get this other video uploaded because, well, it was getting very close to becoming outdated, and I wanted to get it out before it got too late to do that, and I ended up never putting it out. So, anyways, as you can see, hopefully from the time lapse, I built this tower sort of in between my two trips. Or no, this was actually after the second trip when I went to go see family, was when I built this tower. The tunnel, though, was done pretty much entirely just before I left on my first trip, so we wrapped up that with this tower. And so the goal with sort of this build was to give it almost like a century-ish look. I am not 100% sold on all the brick. I feel like it needs a little bit of variation in there, but I'm not quite sure what to use yet in regards to that to kind of break up all the deep slate brick there. So maybe deep slate tile might help, I'm not really sure. But I do like the general shape of it. I don't usually do like square shapes, so this was actually kind of fun to experiment with more square shaped build, and I actually really like it. But the larger goal for this build is to do this big old network surrounding this sort of bay area here with these towers and have them be connected underwater with these underwater tunnels that you can see there. And so it'll be sort of like, I guess, a form of defense of sorts for this area. And I don't know if I'm going to try and take it back the other way around to have it fully circle in one ginormous wide circle around or not. But I know I at least wanted to cover this bay area here and kind of close it in. But that is not what we're going to focus on today. Today we're going to focus on this thing behind me, as well as my little manual farm here, because I want to get out an episode pretty soon, and so that means I don't have a lot of time. And these are sort of like quality of life changes I want to make. This farm here is obviously very large, but the main problem I'm running into with it is, well, these leaves right here. You see how these trees, they have leaves right here. It like gets in the way when you're trying to mine the wood very quickly. It's just kind of a very small nuisance on its own, but when you're trying to do like bulk gathering like this, it's just a pain in the rear to deal with. Also, the drops. The drops are an absolute nuisance to pick up because they just kind of fall everywhere. So I want to try and solve both those problems today. It's not going to be super complex. It's going to be a relatively low tech solution. Basically, we're going to get some water streams going in here that along the sides of the trees. I'm going to completely redo this setup so that way we can kind of make it more compact, but we'll have water streams going along the sides here that will carry all the drops hopefully down to a couple chests down here, so that way it makes it much easier on me when I'm doing this bulk wood farming here. And then in regards to this farm here, when I first set this up, I didn't really know how water worked exactly, so this is not the most efficient farm setup at all. So ideally what I want to do is I want to take out the carrots because, well, we have a villager farm over there that produces carrots and potatoes and beets, and consolidate down just to wheat. And though I'm sad to get rid of these pumpkins, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, and hopefully that incentivizes me to set up an auto pumpkin farm very soon. So those are the two goals for today, and they're gonna be relatively short things to complete. I hope. So I guess I forgot to grab some water buckets, so I'm gonna go start with that and then we'll jump right into this here. Alright, so I got all my materials now. I think I'm just gonna start by clearing out all these trees here, and then we'll go ahead and start setting up what the farm is going to look like. Alright, so I just got finished up building one of these modules. So this is basically how it's set up. It's just water streams over packed ice with pressure plates, and it's 2 by on each side of this row of where the trees are planted on each side. So I'm hoping that's enough space, and I think if it falls on one of these half slabs, the water will be able to catch it anyway, is my hope. If we lose some stuff, that's not the end of the world to me, because honestly, like, once we get this cranking, like, it's really not going to be that big of a deal. We're going to have plenty of materials. But I think it is time to test this out, though I do see we have a few slight problems with water merging there, so I think I'm going to go quickly take care of that before we start, and then we'll start cutting stuff down and seeing what happens there. Yeah, that's not ideal. Put that there. Keep the water from leaking up where it's not supposed to. And also I should probably go ahead and say that this is my own design here. I did not look up how to do this. I just figured I'd kind of slap something together by myself. And so we'll see if it works. I'm not entirely sure it will, but we'll give it a go. And if it does work, then we'll copy this over multiple times for multiple rows. And the only thing I really have left to do at this point is I do need to go gather more packed ice, because this actually put a bigger dent in my supplies than I thought it would. So let's just go ahead and give it a go and see what happens, I guess. Or wait, no, let me sleep first. I don't want to be dealing with any sort of baddies while I'm trying to do this. No creepers today, thank you. Let me in, 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 let me in. Please, for the love of God. You're really gonna make me wait. You're gonna make me wait. Okay, thank you. Thank you, son, for making me wait. Please just let me in the bed. I don't want to get caught by a creeper. Thank you. I just need something to announce to me when I can actually get in a bed, like the times. That way I don't waste like so much time trying to get in a bed. It's ridiculous. All right, let's do this. All right, so it doesn't completely eliminate the issue of the leaves, but oh well. We might be able to tweak it a little bit where we can put trapdoors or something down to give us more space, maybe, instead. Maybe that's the way to go. And that should be all of that, so I guess we'll just see what happens. See if it makes it where it needs to go as it degrades. So I'm already seeing a little bit of an issue on the side there with some things catching. Do we have stuff already down here yet? Okay, we do have some stuff, so actually it's not bad. Yeah, I think ultimately I'm gonna have to expand these to the side. I was hoping to get away with 2, but clearly that's not going to work, so I think I'm gonna have to take it out to 3 instead. Which is fine. It's not the end of the world. I'm glad I decided to do a test run before I built the final version, because otherwise I'd be a lot more upset. Now I know what some of you are thinking. You're probably like, why don't you just make a fully automatic tree farm and follow a tutorial and just do that? And my answer to that is, I don't really want to have to make a fully automatic tree farm, and that's just because all the tree farms I have seen all kind of require a period of AFK, and that's just not a viable option for me. And so I want to make something that's going to be manual but efficient as possible. And so that's that's the idea behind this. It may not necessarily make sense to everybody, but it's what we have to work with, so it's just gonna be what it is. Alright, so as you can see, I went ahead and fixed the streams here, so they're 3 wide now, and it seems to be working. Obviously the only little part where it's not picking up is the center there, but everything else seems to be being picked up. I switched out the slabs in the center for fence gates, because what it'll allow me to do is get down one below, so that way I can get in and mine the tree without having to deal with the leaves if it's a real short tree. And so that's why we're using fence gates here instead. Little quality of life change, but everything else seems to be flowing nicely. I switched out a lot of the compact ice for just regular dirt, just so that way we're conserving on that, because I don't want to have to go and do a massive mining session today. But yeah, clearly it's working. It's been going for not terribly too long now, so this is not, I just finished mining that tree there, and clearly it's done a good job of picking up, 90% of that. So I think all that's left to do is now translate all these modules over a couple times, and we should be good, I hope. And of course it starts raining. Goodbye, FPS. I will sorely miss you. It is finally done. It took me like half a day to put all this in. Like, the hardest part was establishing a pattern, but once I got a rhythm down, it went relatively quick for like the last half part that I added in, but still it took forever to get this fully installed. So now we have, I think it's, let's see, let me do the math in my head, 4, 4, 3, so 11 rows to plant on. However, this is not the farm's final form. This is just how it's set up for now, but I had this thought after a good night's rest of maybe staggering between these 2 rows, and then in between each tree having glowstone as a light source, so that way it doesn't get so dark in here. And the benefit of that is that these trees won't be so packed so closely together, so when we have a situation like this, I won't have to worry about actually mining away all the leaves as much. So that will actually solve that problem. However, the one flaw in this plan is I do not have glowstone, so for right now, this is what the farm is gonna look like for the time being. And eventually, or really maybe never, I'll come in and actually add in the glowstone and stagger it so each of these rows actually has trees on it, and that will bring us up to, I think it's 22? No, more, it has to be more than that, right? I don't know. Something like 22-ish, somewhere between 20 and 22 rows of trees, and we'll have plenty of lighting, and so we won't have to worry about things spawning in there. Though I don't think right now there's many places where they can spawn. Like, they can't spawn here because the light source is right here, and that's like everywhere else is covered and stuff. And the other option is just to leave it as it is, add more rows here, and then just put glowstone under the water here in the streams. And the nice thing about that is, if you can hear right now, there are a lot of mobs under here. This platform that I built, I didn't put any lighting under it, and now there are tons of mobs under there. Just absolutely way too many. Just way too many. Unquantifiable number of mobs under there. So if we put the glowstone in the ground, that will solve that problem, and I won't actually have to go under there to light it up. So that might actually be the option we go for, is just fill in these center rows as we've done these rows here, and then just put the glowstone in in the water streams, and I have run out of food. Hunger meter, whatever you call it. I have plenty of food. I have way too much bread, but I am steadily making my way through that stockpile. So I think, like, just from an aesthetic standpoint, this looks actually pretty decent. I think just based on the layout here, I kind of like the idea of when I put in my wheat farms of having the storage be in these little pods here. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking about going with there. Just because that way it's mirrored on each side, it's easy, and eventually if I want to have everything consolidate, like have it ship out to some sort of central location, it'll make it easy because it's all right here instead of it being all over the place. So yeah, honestly, I really don't want to have to like mess with the wheat farm today. I know I said I would, but it took me much longer than I hoped it would to just do the tree farm. And it's like, in its current state, it can only do trees that grow from a single block, so I don't think it'll handle mangroves very well, and it will probably also, well, actually it can't do dark oak at all. And so at this current moment, it's kind of limited in what we can plant here. So now I have to think about another design we can use for mangroves and dark oak that will hopefully be efficient like this. And I have a feeling I'll just have to jump into a creative world and mess around with some different designs before I actually get into an episode, because I don't want to have to spend so much time of my recording, the little bit of time I have to record, actually working out how that might be. So, yeah, now I need to figure out how we're going to spend the rest of the episode, and, well, I have an idea, but it involves something I really, really am not looking forward to. So, as you can see, I am standing outside of my nether portal, and this will be the first time I've been in the nether since I switched to hard mode. So yeah, this is not gonna be a fun time. Best case scenario, I go in there and I come out alive. Worst case scenario, I die a lot, and I mean a lot. I think I want to go grab some cobblestone at least for building blocks, just because I know the gas can't explode that, so I'm gonna take a little bit at least with me. I have some fire resist potions that some witches dropped by chance that I'm holding on to for the time being, and I've been holding on to them for this very reason. So hopefully all goes well and I don't die. Oh goody, this is gonna be very fun. I can hear one. The question is, where is it? Oh, it's girl fans gassed again. I love me some gas. They're the greatest thing ever. That is a lie, by the way. Please don't take my gibberish seriously. Where is this dude? It is making me so nervous to hear him moaning everywhere. Gosh, I hate this. Oh. Oh. I do not like that. I think he's over there, is where he's at. Okay. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where he's supposed to be. But here's... God, I hate that so much. I hate it. Gas are the worst. They are literally the worst. They're terrible. Why were these ever added to the game? Somebody please explain that to me. Who thought it was a good idea to add these absolute monstrosities to the game? You know what? We're just here to get some glowstone. we're going to ignore the moaning going on around here, and we're just gonna go on our merry way. We're not gonna worry about it. Hopefully. I think at least here is probably pretty safe. It's probably not guaranteed, but it's probably safer than it is over there in Soul Sand Valley. Oh god. Alright, this is about where we need to be. Create a little platform here to catch all our stuff. Hopefully, most of it at the very least. Alrighty, let's just keep going. I don't want to wander too far away from where my base is, so I want to kind of stay in this general area to the best of my ability. Gosh, I'm getting flashbacks to mining quartz here all that time ago. Alright. Going out in this direction is risky. It is risky business. I do not know why I'm doing this. Alright, no, you're not allowed to be a coward. You've already been enough of a coward. You're not allowed to be any more of a coward now. It is time to just buckle up those bootstraps. It's ride or die, I guess. Though in my case, it's probably more like just die. Alright, try not to touch those lava streams, hopefully. Gosh, I hate the ambient sounds. They're the worst. Can we get some of that? Like, there was some decent music going on last time I was in here. Can we please get some of that? Because that was at least cool. That was at least fun. This is just creepy. I can hear it, like, giggling. Please stop. You know what I need? I just need a witch farm. That would make my life so much simpler. Would you please stop moaning? It's so ridiculous. You sure you want to do that, buddy? Well, that happened, I guess. Oh, it's an Enderman. Hi, buddy. I hate you so much. I despise the fact that you exist. You used to be cute when I didn't have to be the person playing, but now, oh yeah, no, now you're a real pain in the tush. I guess the other option is we don't necessarily have to use the glowstone, though that would be nice. Actually, let me get my pick back out, because we can use the glow shrooms. So maybe I should take some of this, like, crimson dirt stuff, so that way I can start a farm for the crimson stuff. Maybe. How much do I have now? Okay, so a little over a stack, which is still not great. But I guess it's better than nothing. So let's see if we can move over to this glowstone over here. I'm kind of playing it risky here because I did not bring any like gold armor with me. So I'm just asking for like the piglins to try and murder my face. But hey, at least I brought some fire resist stuff and some milk in case I get caught on fire. I don't know if milk actually will solve that. I think it can. Hopefully it does. Oh, the delight of sneaking over cobblestone very slowly. I can't wait until I like finally have the materials that I need to go into the deep dark and get Swift Sneak. Oh, that will be so nice. It'll be the best thing ever. Yeah, let's grab plenty of this crimson because I'm not sure how much I'm gonna need. I am so terrified of gas, it's not even funny. Do I want to risk it up there? That is the question. know what? Nah. I don't think I do. Being in here is messing with my mind. Though I will say, like, as creepy as it is, like, and I know some people hate it, but the fog effect is, like, so cool. It makes everything so eerie looking. So, I guess I could head in that direction and see if, like, there's, like, glowstone maybe in this direction. I'm gonna be heading right through Piglin Brute territory that, well, not Piglin Brute, but Piglin territory. There is a large patch of glowstone right there. But there is a ghast right there to the left. I don't know if you saw it. It just briefly came out of the fog over there. I'm not sure I want to risk that. Yeah. Oh, no. Absolutely not. I don't think it's... Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. God, I hate these things so much. Do I want to try and risk running across? I really don't think there's that much in that direction. Is it worth it, is the question. I don't think so. You know what? No, I'm gonna take the coward's route. I'm out of here. I am out of here. Hi, buddy. Time to die, please. Thank you. Alright, I'll see you guys in a couple hours, I guess, now that I've decided that this is gotta happen now. So yeah, see you in a bit.